Hey guys, this is your pre-video for all of your signs separately for the month of April. So I wanted to start by saying, could you please subscribe and share? There's an issue going on with YouTube, as you probably heard. PewDiePie lost a couple of 100,000 and all those sorts of things as well. But I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe, tell your friends and your family, and do share it as well. Now this month in April, I'm doing the pre-video because there's a lot going on. And I've chosen some Gods and Titans cards to be able to give you the mood and what will help you most, all of you, during the month of April, and then carrying on for after that. I think maybe even up to 3 months that this can continue on. Now, for starters, there is going to be a situation in your life where you have been dealing with things, you've been putting energy, effort, blood, sweat, and tears. It's been a time period where you have had to work on it. You have to work for it. And things were coming down in the middle of March where they started to look settled. It started to look like the pieces were falling in place of the puzzle. And then we went through Mercury retrograde. And this is where we're asked to re-look at things. What information, what details, what circumstance or major development or little development happened where we have to look at that again. Now, for some of you, there is going to be an opposition here. So, for example, it could be something like, I really want to have this holiday, but the opposition there is that I don't have the funds and I can't take the time off work. Now, that you'll find that there is going to be at least 3 or 4 things involved in this. So, for example, my husband and I, we've been looking into it about having IVF of some sort. And we have looked into it. Now that we have all the details there, we are going to make an informed decision. But there is something opposing that. There is something in the way where we are going to have to, with this information, with this. So, for example, you might have had the go-ahead. You've looked at your finances. There's been a shift on the market. And so what you thought that you did have is more or it's less. And so bringing that into the equation, where does there now need to be a realignment? And also, we thought we had the family support and physical support around us to be able to start this journey, and maybe there's been some conflict there, maybe there's been some opposition there, maybe someone doesn't agree with you that you should do this or that you should start at this time. Maybe they're like, oh, why the hurry, start later. So that's the kind of situation it's going to be for you. And another situation could be, I've got this project that's going on, and look, at things were difficult. They were up and down, they were down, there was conflict, there was discussion, there was changes made, and now things are coming to an end, things are looking really good, but information's come in, situations have happened, people have, acted in a certain way, so now I need to reassess and look at, is it worth continuing on with this, or something that we need to scrap? Is it worth involving that? Are we re-looking, rewriting? And that's another thing. Be careful not to overdo it. Edit. The perfectionist. You're at a point now where you don't need to do that for some of you. We've got the finances, we've got the people, we've got the deadline. Something there needs to be changed. Something needs to be looked at. So we do have Anubis here. I asked the God of Titans the best information, the tone, and what's most helpful for you. So this card here says that there is going to be protection for these changes that need to be made. So, go into this with your full courage and empowerment behind you. It may be difficult to cut someone off or to cut something off or to give up on something just simply because it's not going to benefit you. This is outweighing the values, what outweighs the benefits. Where's that line that you drew in the sand that you didn't want to cross, but now things you've been pushed. They have that foot on the line, maybe even a foot over the line. And so this is, all right, well, I just have to, I said that this was what I was going to do. Now that it's happened, I need to make a firm decision about what I'm going to do about that. And it's also about the, who and who's doing more and who's earning more, and, what is not being equal, what's not being shared in this situation. What needs to be looked at that, things do need to change. And this card says you are protected. The ups and downs, what's going to change? You are protected for this. And there may be tension and there may be difficulties and all those things, but there is going to be protection to that. So you need to follow your intuition. You need to let go of something, and you need to start, change that, adapt that, whatever. Then you've got Serenus. And this card is all about adaptation. This is all about flexibility. This is all about sitting back and seeing things outside of the square, looking at alternatives, looking at what you can change that will best benefit you. So taking on alternative, looking online, looking at what other people have done, and how can be incorporated in your specific situation, whether this be about your home. See, some of you, this will be about your home. I want to relocate. There is changes in my home. I want to adapt or extend on my home. I want to move out of home. Whatever that situation is around your home, whether this be the actual home, relocation, or the members in your family, there is going to be a split decision. There is going to be some tension. There is going to be some opposition, and your obstacles could be financial, material, or physical. You know, is there that there to help me with that, or do I need to start fresh? This card is shape-shifting. So again, we're adapting, we're changing, we are bringing in things that we didn't think would work, but now we're going to give it a go. The other card was Ra. Ra is about your power, and also this is to do with Aries as well. So there is that quick action, there is that inflammation, there is that fired up, there is that tension involved. And so this card here is saying, hold your ground, have your power, don't be pushed forward when you're not ready. Take all the time you need in the world. This is not going to be sorted out in a week's process. This is going to take a couple of goes. So a few drafts, and with those changes you're going to feel more powerful. With those changes you're going to feel like your decisions have been vindicated, and the options that you're taking that you didn't think you were going to take, but now that things have changed, you've adapted your way of thinking. You are shape-shifting towards what will work best for you. So that is the tone for all of the signs. Now I will be going into detail for each of the signs now of where that will happen for you, so that you can avoid these, start working on that now to avoid the struggle, to avoid the ripping out, the severance. If you don't take action, it will be done for you. So again, please do subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family, and do share this as well. We really need to get on top of this YouTube situation. So that would be really helpful if you could do that. So be kind to you and those you love. And from Jedi Side Jake, may the force be with you.